Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Aussie Farming in the Philippines. Well, we're going to be doing some chainsaw work today. Bit fucking macho, isn't it, eh? Should have put my ballet dress on for that. So, we've got two chainsaws. Right, we don't fuck around with the Chinese ones, right? If you're gonna have a farm, right, get reliable equipment, okay? That's all I'm going to say to you. Now, we've got two on the farm here. This one is the my heavy-duty one, which is the MS382, as you can see here. Now, this is a big bastard, this one here, and he does a hell of a lot of good tree cutting down. Okay, a lot of ants jumped inside. This one here, this one's the smaller brother, the MS251. Now, I highly recommend him, otherwise it's got a nickname of the wood boss, okay? Now, for general farm work, it's a bloody good saw, this one, the 251. It's lightweight, it's quite good. You can actually do a lot of work with that one. It's good for trimming up falling down trees, all that type of stuff. Just general work around the farm, it works really, really well. But if you need the big shit, that's when you want to go for this one here, the 382. Now, I have different the smaller blade on this one here, but these can have actually a 2-foot blade or longer on these. No problem at all. Look at all the ants that are living inside of the cover. So when you store your saws, guys, always loosen off your chain. You haven't got pressure on your socket. So that's why this chain is so loose, because it's not even tightened up. Because when you put it into storage to finish using it, always loosen off your chain, okay? You got so much pressure on your sprocket, which is this thing here, all right? Loosen it off, and it's done. All right, so what I'm going to do before we use the bastards, right, you always check the oil. That's the engine chain lube oil. But what we're going to be doing, we're going to use this thing here. Some of you may have seen it before. I used to have this set up at the front gatehouse really good, but I moved it up here when security issues changed. Now this is it here, is this one here. This one's a hydraulic one, and so with the hydraulic, it's not a manual. There's no locking lever to lock your chain in. It actually, when you pull the handle down, it actually locks into place. But I'll put a link down below in the description box on this one here. That's what you get with it. You get the saw, you get the blades, you get all your measuring calipers and all that stuff, and a manual on how to use it. So this is it here. Now, like I said, normally it's down the front. Now, when it's down the front, I've got my own power converter. This is 110 volt power regulator. I've also got a light above here as well, and this is actually up to a height where I can actually stand in front of it and actually see. I'm not actually bending down to use it. So put a little bit of thinking where you're going to put it. But at the moment, I've just got it on the bench, but normally I'll have this up at shoulder height so I can actually use this. Now, like I said, this is a hydraulic one. This is extra money you pay for the hydraulics, so that when I push this down, these jaws here will lock together. Okay, the chain can move freely now, as you can see. Chain moves nice and freely. Okay, I just have to pull it down like so. Pull it back onto the lug here. Now, as I pull this down, this actually is locking into place. And I can't move this at all. See, it's locked in. But as soon as I release the hydraulics, that will open up, and then I can remove. This makes things quicker, guys. Makes things quicker. So, this one here is standard 55. Is this one here. You set it up to left hand, right hand, and sharpen the saw. Now, when you sharpen these, just use little tiny jabs, guys. You just go like jab, jab, jab. You know, that's it. Just a little jab, jab, jab. Move it on to the next one. Jab, jab, jab. Move it on to the next one. Don't hold it down and otherwise you'll heat it up too much. Now, I'm not a professional saw sharpener. I'm not a fucking lumberjack. For I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I work all night and I play all day. I love to wear women's clothing and hang around in bars. No, I'm not a lumberjack. So, like I said, it does what I need. So there's no need sticking out the old hand file and fucking, you know, doing all that shit, you know. And oh, fuck my dog. So what I do is I just mark one of the, at the starting point. I give that a mark and then off I go. Once that's done, I'll turn it around to a different angle and do it again. All right, I've got to get into it. All right, guys, so as I pull down, this will lock in. You'll see here, this movement here will lock in. Okay. When you lift it up, it releases here, so I can move around to the next one. Voila. Pull back. Lower down. Done. So that's how easy it is, guys. So I'm going to turn off and get all this sharpened and I'll be back. Okay. So this is all back on again now. So just remember, guys, seriously, I'll say it again. When you store it, you finish working with it at the end of the day. Loosen off your nut here. Loosen off your tensioner here, okay? And just let this chain come down. Take all the weight off of your sprocket. Because I see a lot of these broken in the Philippines. When guys come here and cut trees. Seriously, too often I have to replace them on 2 different work companies. And I say to them, loosen it off at the end of the day. And they just look at you like, what the fuck would you know? And it's like, yeah, that's right. Totally agree there, mate. Right, let me tighten this up and let's get out of here. Right, so that's all on. Now remember, when your chain gets hot, it's going to come loose, guys. Now, don't be like the locals here. When I use their chain, they've got a 1 inch, half inch to 1 inch gap down here. And the chain just flaps around. Absolutely. This would be hanging right the way down to here. You know, I said to them, tighten it up, and they go, no, that's how we do it here. So, okay. Right, this one's all done. So, I've got my big one on here. I'll come back and do that at lunchtime. And I've got, what I like to have is one chain that's operational on the saw and one that's sharpened up as spare. So that I can, if I'm working, I don't want to have to stop and sharpen. I can just swap the chains over quickly, bang, and keep right into it. So it's always a good idea. Have a spare chain, have it sharp, and have it with you at all times. All right, guys, I'm going out to get some work done.